Here's the question: how many pairs of running shoes do you have on the go right now? If your answer is 1, you might be leaving performance on the table and maybe even risking injury. Today I'll show you why every runner should consider building a shoe rotation, what it means, how it helps, and how to build yours without breaking the bank. A shoe rotation simply means owning more than one pair of running shoes, each designed for a specific purpose. In most runners' rotations, you might have a daily trainer, something that's durable, cushioned and comfortable, something for your easy everyday kind of miles. You're then going to find a speed shoe, something that's lighter, snappier, built for tempo runs or interval workouts. You may also find a race shoe, so something that usually these days is often carbon plated and designed purely for performance. And then you might also find a trail shoe if you're mixing in some off-road runs or some muddy winter conditions. Now each shoe is designed to do a different job, and together they help you become a stronger, more resilient runner. There are 3 big reasons why rotating shoes makes sense, even if you're not running really high mileage. Number 1, it reduces injury risk. Now every shoe has a slightly different geometry, slightly different drop, stack cushioning and foam type, and by switching between them, your muscles, tendons and joints get a subtly different load each run. That variation can reduce repetitive stress injuries and help keep those niggles at bay. Number 2, it extends shoe lifespan. Now modern midsoles, especially those with super foams like PIBA or Zoom X, they need some time to decompress. Now if you wear the same pair every day, they don't fully recover between runs. Rotating them gives the foam time to bounce back, and that can literally add hundreds of miles to the lifetime of the shoes and increase your overall sort of comfort and experience with them. Number 3, it improves performance. When you use the right shoe for the right session, you get more out of your training. Your easy miles feel easier, your speed work feels sharper, and when race day comes, your legs are fresher and your body's used to those faster mechanics. Now if you're just getting into running, maybe you're doing the couch to 5k, maybe you're starting to get a little bit more serious about your running, you don't need 4 pairs of trainers straight away. You can build it quite slowly and sensibly. So what I would do definitely is start with maybe 1 or 2 pairs, definitely a daily trainer, and maybe 1 specialist shoe. I would go with maybe a lighter shoe, maybe a speed shoe if you're training for a 5k, or if you're out on the trails a lot, obviously it's going to make more sense for you to get yourself a pair of trail shoes. And then that will be your starting point. A pair of your sort of daily trainer and then a slightly more specialist shoe. Then when you're ready, you can add your 3rd pair. I would say go for a race shoe, something that's really lightweight and responsive for that goal race, and you're going to feel the pop immediately. They're very exciting to wear. Now obviously buying 3, 4, 5 pairs of shoes can be pretty expensive, and all of those shoes can quickly add up to hundreds of pounds, especially if you're going for those carbon plated shoes. So how do you get them on a bit of a budget, especially when you're starting off? You can save a little bit of money, so look out for last season's colorways and last season's shoes. You can often save at least like 30-40%. Sometimes they're even more heavily reduced than that. I've seen Alpha Flies that start off at about £250 reduced to about 120 after a year or 2. Some daily trainers like the Pumas behind me get dropped by almost to 1/3 of their original price. So there's bargains to be had out there if you're just starting out and you're on a bit of a budget. Don't worry about wearing the latest and greatest. It's not a fashion competition out there. Nobody's going to really know if you've got last year's or 2 or 3's. Nobody really cares, do they? So save yourself a bit of money and get yourself last season shoes. Also, if you're vegan like me, just check on the website whether those shoes are vegan friendly. They don't tend to use leather in the shoes these days, so it comes down mostly to the glue, sometimes the dyes as well. Hoka are really good at labeling their shoes as vegan friendly. Most of the time though, it's quite hard to tell unless you get in touch with the manufacturer. Okay, right now my shoe rotation looks like this. Now for my daily training, for my zone 2, my flow runs, I'm mostly using last year's Puma Velocity Nitro 2. This is a simple daily trainer. It's comfortable, it's lightweight and extremely durable. This shoe will go for at least 500 miles, if not more, for everyday training, everyday running. You can pretty much use it for everything, so I would start with a shoe like this one. And again, like I said, this is last year's model. I picked this up for £40, so a real bargain. It's going to last you a long time. Now for speed workouts and intervals, I'm using the Superblast 2 from ASICS. I filmed my first run reviewing this a couple of weeks ago. I'm really enjoying them. Go and check out that video for a bit more information. Super lightweight, bouncy, perfect for speed intervals. I'm also, when I'm fancying just a little bit more pop and to get my legs used to running in carbon plated shoes, I'm using an old pair of Adidas Adios Pro 3. I think I wore these for my first ever marathon back in 2021. I get them out for speed workouts. They've still got plenty of life left in them and it's just super light and fun to train in. Like I say, I've had these for years. They're still going strong and perfect for those speedy interval sessions. Now we're getting into race day. Now the ultimate in performance, a fresh pair of carbon plated shoes. In my case, that's the ASICS Metaspeed Sky Paris. I love these shoes, so much pop, so much performance in a super lightweight package. I ran London Marathon in these a couple of years ago and they've probably got less than 100 miles in them altogether. So I saved these for all out 5k efforts. Love them. Now then, finally, trail adventures. For midwinter, for mucky trails, I'm still knocking about in the Salomon Speedcross 5 Gore-Tex version. I've had these for years and I dig them out a few times a year for some muddy trail fun. The grip on them is absolutely fantastic, so navigating those slippery, muddy coastal trails, really, really good. And again, I've had these for I think about 6 years, maybe 5 years, something like that. And because I only wear them a few times a year, they almost look brand new. Now each one of these shoes has a job to do, and together they keep my legs feeling fresher, my training more balanced and my motivation high. So that's why every runner, from park runners to marathoners, can benefit from a shoe rotation. It's not about collecting shoes, although that's part of the fun as well. It's about training smarter. Now, if you found this helpful, please go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button and check out my 10-week 5k training journey in the description. It's built around this exact training philosophy and you'll see a range of different shoes on my feet for different sessions. And yeah, let me know in the comments, how many shoes have you got rotating right now? This is kind of like a sample selection. If I spun the camera around, you might see a couple more pairs too, but these are the ones that I'm wearing at the moment. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and until the next one, be the best you.